This is Jeff Wurzfeld from Denver, Colorado. I'm an indie artist. I record at Galvanized Music Studio in Littleton, Colorado, and I recently posted on my Reverb Nation a clip using this guitar, the Rickenbacker 330. I also released a song called English Rain, where I also used this exact guitar for some arpeggios and a bit of the lead in that. As a result of posting those, I've received a couple of comments and a couple of questions about the Rickenbacker. Folks have heard of them, but not necessarily everyone on your street owns one, so I thought I would make this quick video to share some of my experiences with this guitar, which is a great guitar. First of all, today I'm using my Blues Junior Fender amp, which is a very clean amp. And I just plug it directly in. I don't use any effects, and I think a clean sound, a clean Fender amp, and a Rickenbacker are a terrific combination. And you can hear that. Okay, a little bit about the guitar. This guitar, again, is the Rickenbacker 330 in Jetglo. That is Rickenbacker's term for black. It's a very simple looking guitar, very classic. It is black with white accents and a nice brown fingerboard. First of all, why don't we start at the top? First of all, let's talk a little bit about the truss rods. Something that's a little different on Rickenbackers, and this guitar in particular, is that it's actually got two truss rods instead of one. And I find that to be very helpful in being able to precisely adjust your neck. You can adjust for a very straight neck on a Rickenbacker, and many people prefer that, Roger McGuinn included. They love a very, very straight with minimal relief neck, and I do as well. Makes for some great playing. Okay, as we come on down the guitar, the fingerboard, one thing you will notice about Rickenbackers is they have lacquered fingerboards as opposed to many other guitars. It seems to my senses to be a fairly thick lacquer, and it makes for a very quick playing surface. Very comfortable, very quick. Moving again down the guitar a bit, I will note that this one has two high gain pickups. That's opposed to the traditional Rickenbacker pickups, which are the toasters, which you find on some of their models and many of their vintage models. Folks associate toasters generally with that classic 60s chimey sound, whereas high gains are associated a little bit more with the 80s, possibly 90s rock type bands. A great example of this is Peter Buck of r.e.m. I noticed that he used high gains on many of his guitars, so it allows you to get some of that sound while still retaining the absolute classic Rickenbacker sound. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the controls. As you can see, there are 5 control dials as well as a pickup switch selector. Very typical selector. This would be your bridge pickup, that would be your neck pickup, and then this is in between. So let's try that out. This is the bridge pickup. Bending it a little out of tune there. Try not to do that, but it happens once in a while. Okay, second of all, this is very typical, gives you kind of a jazzy sound. And then there's my personal favorite, both pickups activated. This, to my ears, gives that classic Rickenbacker sound. Again, things like walk downs, it's wonderful. let's talk a little bit about this blend control. I use Rickenbacker the same way many players like George Harrison did. I put these four controls, which are the 2 volume and the 2 tone controls, full at 10. And then I simply use this blender. Small blender is used to blend the difference between the 2 pickups. So we'll start with this. Very chimey there. A little more bassy here. I like it at about in the middle. I think that's perfect. Okay, might also note from a styling standpoint, you've got an elevated top half of the pick guard. Looks great. Also very nice for resting your hand. Just seems to fit perfectly. This might be down too far. That's a perfect fit. And I think the styling they put into this is wonderful too. As well as the R at the end here. This is this holds the strings, and I think it easily identifies it as a Rickenbacker by the R. So I absolutely love it, as well as the truss rod cover. I think this is a very classic design. You can tell when somebody's got one of these on a stage or in a video, if it's dimly lit. This just stands out as a beacon that the player is playing a Rickenbacker. Okay, so that's a very, very quick overview of the Rickenbacker 330. It's a guitar I love. Why don't we go out with some classic birds? Thanks. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me, Jeff Wartzfeld, at www.reverbnation.com/JWIRTZFELD. Thanks again, and have a great day.